English with deck. You know, there's times when I think, oh, I'd love a good digestive biscuit with my cup of tea. Or there's times when I think, oh, I've got a hankering for a jammy dodger. A good English biscuit to go with my tea. Such a stereotype, isn't it? But it's true. There's days when being in Japan, I can't quite get that flavor I really desire. Like there's times when I really fancy a nostalgic taste, and you can't really find that exact flavor. And this isn't just a problem or an issue that you might face if you're living in Asia as a European person. Um, it could be if you're in Australia as a Brit, or it could be in New Zealand as a Brit, or I don't know, America as a Brit. Um, but it's quite funny. Like in my hand right now, I have what's called a butter sando. It's I guess, butter sandwich. It sounds better than it is. It really is. Now, this one I haven't put in the fridge, in the freezer. I'm sorry. Fridge is good, but freezer is a little better. I guess the best way to describe it, I'm just opening it now, is like an ice cream sandwich, like rum and raisin, sorry, ice cream sandwich, and it's bloody good. Especially if you, yeah, like I say, put it in the freezer for a bit. The fridge cools it down, but yeah, you want it in the freezer. And they are so moreish, you know? Like being in when I think of English biscuits, I go for like a digestive jammy dodger. What else can I think of? Not really an English biscuit, but definitely like an Oreo. Or of course a bourbon. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Bourbon. Um, really good classic biscuits. But this one is pretty damn close. I'm just opening it now. That's what the is. you know, this has a very caramelly biscuit base. And yeah, like I said, sorry if the sound of someone eating doesn't really go down well with you. But it tastes very delicious. Mm. Now, of course, this is a selected taste. A lot of people do not like the rum and raisin flavor, especially the raisin part. But this got me thinking. Um, when you find a biscuit or a cookie or a treat that really resides well with you and your taste, it's a good feeling. Especially as an expat or even just when you're visiting another country for a prolonged period of time. And yeah, as a guy who likes his tea and cake, kind of like, afternoon tea. Oh, yes, dear. It's a good feeling. Now, there are other ones in Japan which I have found. For example, what's it called? Shiroi Koibito. Koibito, sorry. Again, it's another, I think that's from Hokkaido as well, actually. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong and anyone knows better, please correct me. That's a great one. Very soft. Again, great in the tea if you dunk it in the tea, melt the chocolate a little bit. But there's some great ones. I'm actually just looking at images now just to jog my memory a little bit. Um, Moonlight is pretty good, but yeah, they're not that moreish. One and done. I'm perfectly happy with there. Here we go. Alforto. Alforto. They're very similar. Oh, 1 second. What's the name? It's been a while since I've looked at them. English biscuits. Let's have a look. They could. Alforto are kind of similar. I forget their name. Mm, They're a bit like a malted milk, which is a very English one. They are awesome. Malted milk. Oh wow. The base is very malted milk-ish, but it's got like a chocolate topping on it. Really good, really good. Okay, other Japanese biscuit brands that I like. Choco cotton coffee, nah. Butter cookies, it doesn't taste that great, in my opinion. It's got to be the right ratio, biscuit base to filling. When I say filling, I'm sorry, maybe that's not the best word, but like a bit of chocolate or the in topping. That's probably a better word. The chocolate or the raisin or the caramel, whatever. Okay, let's look at a few more of them. Uh, Recently, Japanese biscuits have gotten very popular with Japanese people themselves as well. Ah, here we go. What's this one called? I actually forget the name. Oh, Yokomoko? Is that the name of it? Oh, it is the name. Oh, the Yokomoko cigar. Okay, yeah, these are good. They are really paper thin, quite crunchy. They're melt in your mouth types of. It's like a really thin layer. Imagine like a crepe which is wrapped around a stick of chocolate, but really, really thin, and it melts in your mouth. And if you dunk it again, I love to. If it can be dunked, all the better. By the way, dunking, it's a very British English word. It's a very English. I don't think many other countries do it, but dunking something is to like put something under the water or under the liquid, usually water. And if you dunk a biscuit, let me do it now. I don't know if you'll catch that. Yeah, there's no sound to record there. If you dunk a biscuit, you really quickly put the biscuit in and out of the tea or the coffee or the milk. Very common things to dunk into. Okay, so yeah, those are a couple of ones that came up really quickly, which I do quite enjoy, like Japanese style cookies or biscuits. However, of course, as I'm sure many of you know, in Japan they are all about the senbei, which is the equivalent of a rice cracker. And those things have an incredible range. You get the really soft ones, the salty, of course, fishy flavor. It's to be expected. Salty, fishy, very sweet, very sour, like the the sweet sour plum ones. But the thing which I find really interesting about senbei, the traditional rice crackers, is the fact that some of them are really easy to eat. It's just a little little bit crunchy. Some of them, oh, they really feel like they're going to break your teeth apart. They are so crunchy and hard that you're like, go, ow, ow, ow. There's still a good taste, I guess, to them, but yeah, it can be a bit of a fight to eat them. One second, Japanese. Okay, if I type in, yeah, of course, a lot of them tend to be wrapped in like a nolly, have a nolly wrap around them, otherwise known as a seaweed wrap. Yeah, then maybe they have sesame seeds in. What is the name of the really hard, uh, to eat ones? Japan's hardest rice cracker. Is that katayaki? Okay, so literally, yeah, yeah, katayaki. It's literally hard baked. Okay. Um, yeah, I mean it's that hard to eat. They literally do they provide that? Mm-mm-mm. Do you get the knife? Okay, anyway, look, I'm literally looking at a person hitting it with a tiny mallet, tiny hammer, and it takes a double hit to break it open. Oh, okay, okay. Kind of looks like ginger. What are they called? It looks very similar to a, yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay. It looks like a ginger biscuit, like English ginger biscuit, if anyone knows that. But yeah, really crunchy, I guess. Could be interesting if you have weaker teeth. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to mention today about the difference in Japanese and English cookies. And yeah, I guess to finish off, like it's to be expected, of course. A different cuisine has different tastes, different tastes. People have different tastes according to the cuisine they grow up with. But yeah, when you find the cookie that really matches your taste and tastes a bit like home, it's a good feeling.